Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. With great excitement to carry out their plan, Gabby wakes Stefan up in bed. Stefan smirks. We are going to get Lai Shin at last. Lee can be made to give up his shares if they can provide evidence that he was plotting Stefan's death. Stefan determines that the best course of action is to use Gabby, Lee's Achilles heel, to persuade Lai to confess. Merely showing up to Marlena's office, Lai is prepared to go to any lengths to move past Gabby. Marlena starts off by inquiring about his past romantic experiences. Lee, who is crying, says that before Gabby, he was in just one committed relationship. She went by Xiao Xing. When they first met in high school, he believed they would be together forever. Wei, however, offered her working-class father a well-paying position 2,000 miles away if she quit their relationship after his father learned about her. Wei showed how little she cared for him by telling him she accepted right away. Marlena questions whether Wei made up the tale. Lai is unaware because he didn't communicate with her again. He suppressed his emotions and didn't bring up her name until now. Holly phones Tate when he's working at the pub from the estate. She shares with him her dream in which Channel attempts to kill her for pursuing her lover and then kills him. Johnny enters casually. Holly hangs up immediately. She tells Johnny that she had a dream about a schoolgirl who is really envious of her, as she believes her boyfriend is interested in her. If so, Johnny inquires. Holly is uncertain. If she wants him to be, Johnny asks. EJ and Nicole walk in to say they're getting married today before Holly has a chance to respond. With joy, Johnny gives his dad a hug. Nicole asks their gloomy teenage daughter whether this is okay. Holly imagines Johnny telling her in her dreams that he wants to date her, but that it will be a touch incestuous since their parents are getting married. If not, he would be fully engaged in it. Holly admits their marriage isn't a good idea after realizing her mistake. Eric gives Tate a strong hug as he welcomes him home from the pub. Though leaving behind his old acquaintances may be difficult, Eric is confident that he will make new ones. Tate claims that he has already made a buddy, but he wishes there had been more. Tate comes to the realization that Eric most likely knows her as Eric questions him nonstop. Holly is Nicole's daughter. Eric sags his face. Lei acknowledges at Marlena's office that he felt helpless when his father took Xiao Xing away. Before Gabby, he didn't believe he would ever love someone as much as he loved her. But like previously, he was afraid that someone would take Gabby away from him. One such as Stefan. Marlena surmises that the early trauma he experienced is what causes his obsessive conduct. Stefan informs Lai in bed that Gabby despises him. Therefore, he will feel a problem. Stefan has therefore acquired something that might persuade Lai to change course. She has been notified and is expected to arrive in Salem shortly. Stefan and Gabby fall in love as they await confirmation. Stefan receives a message to pick up the asset after sex. Nicole tells the Denmira men to leave the room at the mansion so she can ask her daughter what's going on. Holly hesitates, attempting to think of a reason why Nicole and E.G. shouldn't tie the knot. She says out loud that Eric is to blame. To her, he resembled a true parent. She believed that Nicole would eventually remarry him. Nicole did as well, but both of them have gone on. With E.J., they will now be a family. Not to put Nicole under any duress, but she will be disappointed if Holly is unable to attend the wedding. Holly tells her mother that she will be present. Nicole advises her to wear her green dress rather than the black one because the latter is a tad too tight and exposing. After that, she heads to the square to pick up her bridal gown. Chad leaves Stephanie a message at home because she had to go early for a meeting. EJ stops by to ask Stephanie and his brother to his wedding. Chad reports that she probably won't come because they're not in a good place right now, but he will be present. They want EJ to conduct the ceremony, so he's glad to hear that. EJ responds that a justice of the peace is too impersonal and a priest is too religious when Chad asks why. He respects Chad. EJ wishes he was the kind of man he is. Chad, moved, remarks that it would be an honor to wed them. Eric queries Tate's intentions to ask Holly out at the pub. Tate admits that she has feelings for a much older man. When Johnny arrives, Tate gets right to bussing tables. For EJ and Nicole's wedding, Johnny asks his Uncle Eric for a tray of sliders and pigs in a blanket. Eric is shocked to learn that Nicole has always adored those sliders. Lee claims that discussing Chowxing made him feel lighter in Marlena's office. Perhaps now that he realizes how he behaved with Gabby, he will be able to break away from her control. Marlena believes he ought to be honored for having the guts to be so forthright about his suffering. She hopes he stops his harmful habits and keeps up his therapy. Lay reassures her that he is adamant. He believes, for the first time, that he can move on from Gabby. Nicole discovers Eric pondering her wedding in the square. Holly wears a tight, sleeveless black mini dress when she returns to the Demira living room. Upon arrival, Johnny compliments her appearance and inquires, "Why do you want my dad to marry your mom?" Lai's smug smile disappears as he walks past the hospital when Gabby calls. He replies grudgingly. Gabby lies in bed and pretends to be upset. She says, "Lee, I need your help. I've been taken hostage." Although we understand that no parent wants to think of their child in this way, Nicole's child on Days of Our Lives is kind of like a ticking time bomb that is about to explode. When and how everyone finds out that it's not EJ's child is more important than if they will. However, a new player has just joined the fray, while we've been concentrating so much on the usual suspects, including Sloan, Eric, should he find out what happened, and even Melinda. And it's Holly, who has a very personal interest in Nicole and EJ's union. How far would Holly go to get Johnny? Given that we recently discovered how terrified Channel is that he would reject her if they actually become step-siblings, severing him and her might not be sufficient. Yes, Holly, even if that's not how it ended in Clueless, she opposes Nicole and EJ getting married. We know the wedding is taking place this week, so there might not be much she can do to stop it. She is still able to end her marriage, even if everything goes perfectly, a veritable miracle in Salem. She just needs to toss in the appropriate wrench. Thankfully, Sloan might have offered precisely that. Nicole picked up a fresh copy of the DNA test findings and paternity results back then, and Sloan hurried over to the Demira mansion to replace it with another copy of her manipulated version. From her perspective, everything appeared to be going as planned, but we couldn't help but notice that when she was gone, EJ still had the envelope with his written results on it. He placed it in the Demira safe to ensure it wasn't misplaced again, but no one checked through it to be certain. It won't be long until it ends up in the hands of someone if those are the actual test findings. If Holly discovers them and gives them to EJ, just think of how happy she will be. He lied to Nicole to get her marriage license, and he will never stay married. Furthermore, Holly probably harbors romantic feelings for Eric and wants that he and Nicole reconciled. Yes, it was Nicole's justification for not being overjoyed about EJ. That doesn't mean there wasn't any truth to it. Holly is eager to plot and ruin people's life in order to achieve her goals, but regrettably, she might not consider all the repercussions. For if, as we saw in the dramatic Days of Our Lives teaser, she's the reason Nicole drives out in the middle of the night, not only will she be held accountable for ending a marriage, but she will also lose Nicole's child. If only temporarily. This is what happens when teenage immaturity and a cunning streak are combined. She never would have imagined how much more things could spiral out of her control. In the end, Nicole might receive her kid back, but she would only have one child remaining because she would have disowned Holly. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.